I'm Alma Langlois, and today's feature is the kind of movie that 10-year-old boys would think is the coolest movie ever made.
Whoa, that was cool.
Movies shot in the Philippines seem to specialize in that. This one's pure drive-in insanity with something for everybody that just has to be seen to be believed. I'm talking Raw Force, directed in 1982 by Edward D. Murphy. In B-movie Tropical Paradise, this guy with a Charlie Chaplin mustache and a German accent runs a human trafficking operation to Warrior Island, exchanging women for pounds of jade.
Discovered by Captain James Cook in 1779, Warriors Island is supposed to be the burial ground of disgraced martial artists, inhabited by a bizarre sect of monks widely believed throughout the Orient to raise the dead warriors from their graves, to repel attacks or threats by outsiders.
Thank you, Mr. Exposition. Meanwhile, a cruise ship run by sassy cheapskate Hazel and captained by none other than a drunk Cameron Mitchell departs for some fun on the high seas. The ship's passengers consist not only of weirdos and gratuitously topless girls, but most importantly, the Burbank Karate Club and karate expert policewoman Cookie.
Now, what would you do if I came at you with a knife?
I certainly wouldn't tell you.
Okay, just do it. Ah! See what I mean?
I haven't done it yet.
Huh?
Hey! Hey!
When two of the ship's passengers become unwitting witnesses to Hair Moustache's operation, he sends his nefarious goons to subject the passengers to a crossbow attack and burn the ship down with bad opticals. Fortunately, our main protagonists make it to the sunny shores of Warrior Island. Unfortunately, the island is populated by an order of cannibalistic monks led by none other than ubiquitous Filipino character actor Vic Diaz. You see, the monks weren't interested in those women for sex. They want them for barbecue because they believe that human flesh gives them the power to raise the dead. Which means, yes, you guessed it, Kung Fu zombies! Raw Force is one of those movies that has no pretensions about what it is, nor does it fall into the trap that a lot of filmmakers fall into today of condescension towards the genre, thinking that just because it's an exploitation film, it can just be stupid and they don't have to try that hard.
This movie's so bogus. It really is.
Raw Force succeeds in delivering all the elements drive-in movie fans love in a fun package. And like so many of my favorite B-movies, it treats us to a melange of oddball characters.
My ex-boyfriend couldn't make love to me till I did a striptease first.
What do you call that?
Fetishes. He was into fetishes.
That's really sick.
Look fast for Jewell Sheppard as a drunken topless girl, and a topless Camille Keaton with the unfortunate credit, Girl in Toilet. The film was produced by exploitation giant Larry Woolner. He started his film career by opening the first drive-in in New Orleans and expanded to a drive-in theater chain throughout Louisiana. From exhibition, he ventured into producing, partnering with Roger Corman and helping him found New World Pictures. After a falling out between him and Corman, Larry joined Warner Communications, through which he started his own production company, Dimension Pictures, literally across the street from New World Pictures. He also poached talented exploitation filmmaker Stephanie Rothman to come work for him as an executive. And speaking of Corman alums, you know who the uncredited finishing editor on Raw Force is? Jim Wynorski, someone else who excelled in making lovably campy and fun exploitation movies that deliver the goods. At least for a while. His Lost Empire reminds me a lot of Raw Force, actually. But anyway, how Raw Force came into existence. In the late 1970s, Edward D. Murphy, a Vietnam vet and JAG officer, approached Larry Woolner looking to break into filmmaking. At the time, zombie movies were popular and kung fu movies were popular, so Larry naturally concluded that a movie about kung fu zombies would be a bona fide hit. Murphy made one other film, Heated Vengeance, in 1985, before leaving filmmaking to resume his career as a lawyer. With this and Champagne and Bullets, there's a weird connection between lawyers and filmmaking.
Don't tell me about lawyers.
Although if you watch Goodfellas, Murphy appears in a small role as one of the cops bribed by the mobsters. Jeff Binney is a likable hero as Mike O'Malley, Vietnam veteran and Karate Club president. And my second favorite character has to be karate chopping cutie Cookie. Hey, it takes a lot of skill to go around karate kicking guys in the face in a tube top, and that's the kind of feminist statement I can get behind. Girl power rules. The actress playing Cookie is none other than Jillian Kessner, the second wife of cinematographer Gary Graver. The two of them were friends of Orson Welles, whom Gary had worked with several times, and they both worked diligently to piece together the footage Gary shot for Welles' unfinished film, The Other Side of the Wind. Jillian was a Navy brat, born in Virginia, but raised mostly in Denver, Colorado. She not only plays a karate expert in Raw Force, but she was one in real life. But if she's my second favorite character, who's my favorite, you ask? Well, that can't be anyone other than Cameron Mitchell. Even if he's not the most convincing action hero, it's part of his charm.
But one thing's for certain.
What's that?
It wasn't my body.
Cameron liked to drink and he liked to go to the track, so that contributed to him showing up in hundreds of B-movies a year. His real-life girlfriend, Hope Holliday, also stars as Hazel, his girlfriend in the movie. The producers got a package deal on those two. I really love all their bargain basement honeymooner shtick.
So I used to be in show business?
No, I didn't know that, Hazel.
I was in the contract to Warner Brothers.
How about that?
A lot of companies were after me. The gas company, the electric company, and the power company.
That's funny, Hazel.
Careful with that joke, it's an antique. Raw Force also boasts a surprisingly lush score. I love it. Woolner was so enthused about Raw Force, before the film was even released, he started planning a sequel. Cameron Mitchell and Hope Holliday would star again, and there was going to be a plot involving the return of Hope's ex-husband, played by Jonathan Winters. Unfortunately, we can't have nice things. If you're looking for a fun exploitation action movie to bring some cheer to your day, Raw Force is your movie. And speaking of exploitation movies that deliver the goods, join me next time for one of my all-time favorites. Let's go back to school with 1984's Savage Streets. But until then, stay sick.